Hi everyone, so this is a continuation from our last tutorial. I already posted the cutting tutorial of this beautiful dress. You can check the link in the comment section so you watch how I cut this dress. It was a freehand cutting. The video in the middle was my inspiration and I created the one on both sides for my client. So guys, let's dive into today's tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a princess dart bustier. So what I want to do here is to join these three braids together. You place it like so, right side facing each other, then go ahead and stitch using 1/2 inch. Okay, repeat the same thing on the lining as well. So after sewing guys, I also went ahead to iron my seam opening and already stitched the lining as well. For the back piece, what I will do here is to place my lining and I'll go ahead and sew, but before then I will make my dart. Okay, I'll make my dart first before stitching the lining. I've finished making my dart as you can see, so I want to achieve the monostrap neckline at the front piece. Okay, what I will do is to place the back piece. Remember in my last tutorial I already cut out the monostrap neckline for the back and I said I will use the back to cut the front. Okay, so what I did was to place right sides facing each other and I also go ahead and pin, then trim out all the excesses allowance I have on both sides, the hemline and on the other armhole or on the other side. So after trimming the both sides, I will turn it like so. Then I will cut the front neckline. Remember I'm using the back neckline to cut the front. This is a monostrap neckline. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. Then once I'm done with that, on the other side of the armhole, I also use the back armhole to cut out the front armhole. So you can see what I have here after it's done. It's as simple as that. So after cutting guys, next thing I want to do is to cut the front lining. Okay, so what I did was to place the front piece on top of the lining, right sides facing each other, and also go ahead and cut out and also trim out the excesses I have at the armhole, both side and at the hemline. So after that I'll have to go ahead and stitch the armhole, the both side and neckline as well. So for the back I will have to stitch the neckline, the armhole and both side. Repeat the same thing on the other back. All right, stitch the both side, the neckline and armhole just like this. So after doing that for the front, you can see what I have here. All right, and this is the back guys. You can see how beautiful and relaxed this look. So this is the skirt part. I already joined the lining. I know you guys already know how to join this lining. I have some tutorial on how to go about that. Next thing I want to do is to join the half length, then I'll stitch together with 1/2 inch. I repeat the same thing for the back. So after joining both pieces for center back, next thing I did was to come down from the waistline by 9.5. So that is where my zip will stop. I will fit my zip from the neckline to that point. So to get the slit for the back from the shoulder, I'll come down by at least 37 inch. That is where the slit will stop. Okay, the slit will start from that 37 inch downward and I'll stitch from that zip allowance side, that's where that zip will stop. I'll stitch from there to the 37.5 inch I marked. So the next thing I want to do now is to pin the zip allowance. Remember I added like 1.5 inch for zip allowance, but because I already joined my lining with 1/2 inch, I have about 1 inch left, so I went ahead to pin that as you can see. So guys, after pinning, you can see what I have here for the back. So the next thing I want to do now is to place the front and back piece together. I will go ahead and stitch the shoulder. Okay, then I will use the measurement to stitch the both sides, like I will shape the whole dress. Okay, so after shaping the dress, I turn the wrong side of the back piece, then I insert my hemming gum underneath. Now I use my press iron to iron very well. You iron very proper so it will lap. Okay, So after doing that, guys, this was what I had. As you can see, this is the front. I'm also gonna head to iron the whole dress. So the next you want to do now is to achieve the ruffle designs around the shoulder. So what I have here is about 16 inch in total. Half inch will be used for the joining effect at both sides of my dress. Okay, so I marked half inch on this edge and I also chalked like half inch on the other side. 15 inch is my client round arm. The band is about 1.5 inch length. Next you want to do is to note where the neckline for the front and back stop. Use your chalk to mark. Okay, we have the armhole and we also have where the neckline stop for back and front, so go ahead and mark just like you see me doing here. Then from that point you're going to be attaching your band like so. You can see how I placed it. You place your band like this, then you pin it down. All right, if you are stitching, you stitch straight. Then on the other side you are going to also place like so, pin it down and also make a straight stitch. Okay, so after stitching you will have it looking like this. The band should fall out this way. Okay, so now that I'm done with this, next thing I want to do is to take the measurement around the neckline. All right, so I will break my tape now. Then from the shoulder, from one side of the shoulder, I will begin to take the measurement. I will continue to measure till I get to the other side of the shoulder. So after taking the measurement, I found out I had 44 inch. All right, so this is my ruffle. Sorry, this is the organza. We are going to create ruffle effect. The width of this organza, the wideness is 6 inch. That's the wideness, and have already made an English weaving on both side and also both edge. The both edge has this curve that you are seeing here. So right now I will measure the 44 inch I got on the neckline. My organza is very long. I had so much excesses. I had more than 120 inch length. Okay, because I found out I got like 120 plus 48. You calculate 120 length plus 48. Whatever you get in total is the total length of the organza I'm working with right here. So the next thing you want to do is to run a gather stitch at the middle. You run a gather stitch till you get to the other edge. So I've gone ahead to run a gather stitch at the middle and have also gathered as well. The length I have there was the same 44 inch I got on the round neck. So what I want to do is to place like so. You are going to place the organza this way, then make a stitch. Okay, so on the same line you will have to make a stitch on the same line till you get to the other side of the neckline. Okay, this will take your time. All right, you just have to exercise some patience, then make a stitch on the same line. After stitching you will have something looking like this. I'll iron and put on my mannequin so you see the final result. So guys, this was what we have after ironing. You can see how beautiful this look. Mannequin wasn't giving justice to this dress. This dress was way bigger than my mannequin. The dress was very big. Like I had to do a whole lot of pins at the back, I'm telling you. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share and subscribe.